Hello friends, I am Dr. Shanti Verma. In this session, I am going to discuss violin plots in Python. Violin plots are basically used for visualizing distribution and probability density. Let's first discuss what is violin plot. Violin plots are basically depicts distribution of numeric data for one or more groups using density curves. The width of each curve corresponds with the approximate frequency of data points in each region. Densities are frequently accompanied by the overlaid chart type such as the box plot to provide the additional information. We can also say that the violin plot is an extended version of box plot. Now let's discuss how violin plots look like. This is a examples where you can see how violin plots look like. In this violin plot, you can see that three groups are plotted. One is a control, second is experiment A, and third is experiment B. And this violin chart shows the distribution of data sets with extended form of the box plot. Now, let's discuss basically how you can interpret and what are the different points in the violin plots. Basically, violin plot have a thick black bar in the center. You can see this in the violin plots. There is a thick black bar. This black bar represents the interquartile range. So the upper part of this black bar is a quartile 3, that is Q3, and the lower part of this black bar is a quartile 1, and the interquartile is a difference between Q3 minus Q1. Now these black line represents the 95% confidence interval for your data set. The white hole here, white circle here represents the median of your data set. So, and this violin shape represents the density plot with or the frequency of your data set. So you can easily see with this diagram that violin in between the violin plot there is a box plot. So we can say it is a extended version of box plot. Now, when to use a violin plot? Basically, violin plots are used when you want to observe the distribution of numeric data, and are especially useful when you want to make a comparison of distribution between multiple groups. In the box plot, you can't see the distribution, so if you want to compare the distribution of two groups, you can use violin plot. The peaks, valleys and the tails of each group density curve can be compared to see where the groups are similar or not. So, if the distribution follows the same shape, the groups are same, and if different, the groups are different. In violin plots there are additional elements with the help of the box plot. In the box plots there are quartiles, range, interquartile range, but in the violin plot you can see there is a density of the distribution. There is a 95% confidence interval values. So the violin plot is used to provide additional ways of the comparing groups. Now, as we already seen in the box plot, there are two types of box plot, that is a vertical and horizontal box plot. Similarly, when you want to draw a violin plot, you can draw either vertically or horizontally violin plot. Basically, horizontal oriented violin plots are a good choice when you need to display long group names. So if you have a long group names and it might be possible you have a lots of group to present in a plot, then you can use a horizontal violin plot. By default, when we draw violin plot in Python, it is a vertical violin plot. And in the horizontal violin plot, it is usually easier to expand the plot on its vertical axis than its horizontal, and this is important when you need enough room to clearly observe the density curves shape. In this example, you can see that there are two graphs. This graph is a vertical violin plot and this is a horizontal violin plot. You can see here, if you have a lots of groups, then it is very difficult to represent these groups in the x-axis. In that case, you can use the horizontal violin plot. So you can draw depending on your data set which type of graph you have suited. Either it's you can use vertical or you can use a horizontal violin plot. Now let's discuss some pros and cons of violin's plot. Some pros of violin's plot are: every data point is heard. Not every data point is seen, so good for lots of data. Basically, violin plots are used when your sample size is very large. So, if your sample size is small, you can use a box plot, but if your sample size is large, it is beneficial to use a violin plot to show the better understanding of the distribution of your data set. Now let's discuss some cons of violin plots. In the violin plot, there is a kernel width choice, and you can't show the better curve with the smaller samples. So it is recommended when you have a very small sample, you can use box plot, and when you have a large sample, you can use violin plot. Now let's discuss how to construct a violin plot in Python. To construct a violin plot in Python, I use a Spyder notebook. Let's start. To make a violin plot in Python, you have to first import a library, matplotlib. So you have to write import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. PLT is a alias name for matplotlib library. Now to use a data set, I make a one Excel file. In this Excel file, I create a 3 columns, that is experiment 1 data, experiment 2 data and experiment 3 data, and there are 100 data set for each column. So I make it's a large data set, and with the help of this data set, I make a violin plot. Now to read this file from read this CSV file, I have to make a one pointer, file pointer fp equals to open, and write the full path of file, that is f drive violin.csv. CSV is a comma separated value file. Now to read the data, I make a one variable data equals to fp dot read lines. Read the data line by line from the CSV file. Now if I print data, you can see this whole data is printed in a list form. Now to use the data set, to take the data set to make a violin chart, you have to first extract the columns from the CSV file. For that, I have to write for I in data, then I have to make 3 variables. First is experiment 1, second is experiment 2 and third is experiment 3 equals to I dot split, and for CSV file the separator is a comma. Now when I split these data sets are in the form of the string. So to make a violin plot, I have to convert this data into a integer form. For that, I have to write exp1 equals to int exp1. Similarly, for exp2 and 3, I can write in the same way. Now to store the data in a list, I have to make 3 different lists, that is a data 1 and declared as null list, then data 2, data 3 equals to null. Now, I have to append the exp1 data in a data 1 list. So, I have to write data 1 dot append exp1. Similarly, I have to write data 2 dot append exp2 and data 3 dot append exp3. Now, I make a one list that include all different 3 lists and make this name as final data equals to data 1, data 2 and data 3. This final data I will use to make a violin plot. Now, to make a violin plot, I first create a figure. To create a figure, I have to write fig comma ax equals to plt dot subplot. Now, to make a violin plot, I have to write ax dot violin plot and I have to pass here final data. Now, if I run this code, you can see this violin plot is generated here. Now, in the violin plot, you can pass different parameters. For example, if you want to show the median values, so you can pass show medians equals to true. So, if you pass so medians equals to true, then median line is generated in the violin plot. You can see here this median line is generated. Similarly, if you write here show means equals to true, then you can see median and mean both line is generated in the violin plot. Now, to set title, x label and y label, I have to write ax dot set underscore title, then the name, that is violin plot. You can use here font color, for example, color is red, font size, for example, size is 18. Now, if I run, you can see this violin plot is represented in the generated violin plot. This is a title, that is a violin plot. Similarly, you can give the x label, you can write here for example x axis, and you can use the same color and font size. Similarly, you can use for y label. For that, you have to use function ax dot set underscore y label and the axis is a y axis. Now, if I run this code, you can see here x axis and y axis is shown in the violin plot. Now, to give the tick label in the x axis, for example, this is experiment 1, this is experiment 2 and experiment 3 data, you have to make a basically x tick label. So, you have to write x tick label equals to, there are 3 data set, that is a exp1, exp2, exp3. You have to make 3 different string. Now, to give the tick label, you have to write ax dot set underscore x ticks, and you have to pass here 1, 2, 3, there are 3 ticks. Now, to give the x tick label, you have to write ax dot set underscore x tick labels, and you have to pass the list x tick label. Now, if I run this code, you can see here, this is a experiment 1, this is experiment 2, and this is experiment 3 data. You can also give the grids in the x axis and y axis. To give the grids in y axis, you can write ax dot y axis dot grid, and you have to pass value here true. Now, if I run this code, you can see the y axis grids are shown here. I already told you can generate violin plot horizontally and vertically both. This is a vertical violin plot. To convert this vertical violin plot into a horizontal violin plot, you have to pass a one parameter in a violin plot function, that is vert equals to false. So, if vert equals to true, it is a vertical violin plot, and if vert equals to false, it is a horizontal violin plot. And for that you have to basically convert this x tick labels. So, you have to write here, this is a y tick and this is a y tick labels. Now, if I run this code, you can see here this horizontal violin plot is generated. By default in the violin plots, the color of violin is blue. To change the color of the violin plot, you have to first assign this violin plot value into another variable. For example, this is a violin underscore parts. There are 3 parts of the violin plot, since there are 3 experiments data. Now, you have to write for the variable Vp in violin underscore parts, and you have to pass the bodies. Now, you have to give the face color. For example, Vp dot set underscore face color, and this face color is pink. Now, similarly, you can give the edge color Vp dot set underscore edge color equals to edge color is red. Now, if I run this code, you can see the color of the violin plot is changed. So, this is whole about violin plot. In this session, I discuss what is violin plot, how to use violin plot, means for which different types of data set you can use violin plot, and how to generate violin plot in Python. If you find any query related to violin plot, you can contact me in the given email ID. Thank you.